Ohio Logistics is a public warehousing transportation company that started in 1988. We started with 40,000 square feet. We were part of an industrial park that the city of Findlay and its business leaders at that time felt it was best to develop to help bring more jobs to Findlay, Ohio. About the same time, Honda had made an announcement to go to Marysville, and we thought that we could help bring a supplier campus to the area to service Honda, and then evolved into other things. So we've been blessed. We started a company with 40,000 square feet. The building that we're in today was actually the building I started in. I actually went to a local retail store and bought 4 folding chairs, a folding table, typewriter, fax machine, had to rent a porta pot, and started unloading trucks. We're a little bit bigger today. What was our initial warehouse operation today is our corporate office. We're in 4 other states. By the end of 2025, we'll be close to 10 million square feet, 450 plus associates. I was reminded last night, actually kind of just reminded myself, if you will, that the type of culture that we've wanted to develop from day one. Unfortunately, we had our administrative manager at our Trenton, Ohio operation lost her husband unexpectedly in Trenton, Ohio. It's about 3 hours away. We wanted to attend the services. And I was talking to an individual outside of our company and that we originally had a meeting with, or I was supposed to have a meeting with last night. And I told him that I needed to reschedule. I needed to go to Trenton, Ohio to attend a visitation for one of our associates. And he said, well, you mean a family? And I said, no, not directly a family, but yes, an associate with our company. And they lost someone in their life. They lost a husband at a young age. And we felt it's our responsibility to show our respect for that individual. And he just kind of looked at me and said, you're going to drive 3 hours. And I said, if I had to fly 8 hours or whatever it is, I'm going to be, our family will be represented by us at this individual's time of need. And that's the culture that we want to develop with all our folks. We want to use our eyes and ears. We want to ask questions, but if individuals have children in sports or cultural, whether it is sports or whether it's a choir or something, we want to make sure we know that so we can recognize them. Times of marriage, we just had an associate, just had a baby, their second child. It made me feel really good that we were one of the first ones that they sent a picture to. I know people talk about it a lot. I think we practice the family atmosphere. A lot of the nonprofits that we work with today are actually nonprofits that our associates have had a passion for and have asked us to get involved with. So when we're able to do that, I think that drives a little bit more or an appreciation of the fact that we are a quote unquote family atmosphere. It comes to supporting, or what I call reinvesting in the communities we're in. I was taught that, let me back up. I was strongly encouraged that by the business leaders of Findlay, Ohio back in 1988. They told me in those days that this town breeds success and you will give back to this town. We understand today that you may not be able to give back via check or monetarily, but you can give back through what we call sweat equity. In the early days, that's what my wife and I did. We helped deliver Christmas trees. We helped with Habitat for Humanity, pound a few nails. And again, today, I repeat myself, but boy, I'm so thankful, and I thank the Lord multiple times a day that today we can write a check and we can also give back sweat equity. We're starting a program now called the Distribution of Kindness. So we want to have our associates get involved. So we want them to go to Habitat on a day and swing that hammer and understand. We want them to go to the blessing of the home, to where you pass that key on and see the emotions of those families and just the kids jumping around. Hey, we have our own house. This is my own bedroom. I have my own bed. And you feel it and you see it and you understand it. We've learned to understand the value of giving back. And there's nothing more rewarding for me, to do Flag City Honor Flight and to welcome a veteran home, and the first honor flight to see a 92-year-old World War II veteran brought to tears. That brought me to tears that we were in a position that we could let that 92-year-old World War II veteran, you are welcomed home, and we appreciate what you gave back to our community.
Flag City Honor Flight is one of 130 hubs across the United States under the umbrella of Honor Flight Network. Flag City Honor Flight takes care of or has an area of Northwest Ohio. Our mission is to take World War II, Korea, and Vietnam veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the memorials built in their honor at no cost to the veterans. Chuck and his help, Ohio Logistics' help, we had a fundraiser several years ago, and Chuck was there. He had made all the phone calls telling people that they needed to come. And before the fundraiser started, which was basically an auction, an individual approached me and asked what it cost for an honor flight. We spend over $100,000 for each flight. And that's exactly what I had told the individual that asked. In the auction, that gentleman stood up and wrote a check to sponsor an entire flight. So Ohio Logistics' impact, Chuck's impact on our organization is monumental.
I'll tell you, my wife and I have made a commitment, good Lord willing, and our customers and our associates give us the opportunity to do this. We're going to make sure we always give back. We're going to make sure we always reinvest in our community.